Good evening, my loves. Danielle here from Transcendence to Truth. I wanted to jump on really quick because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people resonating to what I have to share in this moment coming up in the next few weeks, with a lot of people spending a lot more time with family, and how family is some of our biggest triggers, and it can cause us to go into unconsciousness and victim mindset. So I was driving back from the beach, typical mum thing where I'm like, when you get home, make sure you go straight to the shower so you can wash off all the sand, right? Several times said it, of course, as they hop out. Okay, straight to the bathroom. Of course. 4 children get distracted with all of their Christmas presents and the fact they've got batteries to put in their new toys, and then it still takes several more times to actually get them to the bathroom. So I'm like, a typical human being. I can't be conscious all the time, and sometimes I get frustrated as well, just like everyone else. And I was like, oh my God, I just don't want an adult right now. Why would I choose this? Why would I choose a life of 4 kids on my own? And I'm like, I don't get it. And then it's like, all right, take a second. What can I do to change this situation? Like, one, is it really worth worrying about? There's so many things, and especially when it comes to family, where you might have a family member that says something to you over Christmas and the New Year's period, and you get all triggered, and you're like, nah, I don't, so much bickering between families, let's be honest. It happens a lot. And you'll have one family member that likes to poke, and you may be the one that's getting poked, and you get triggered into it and you react. And really, we know what that creates. I mean, how many of us have lived the crazy Christmas days, and there's bickering and fighting on Christmas days. I mean, I know people that have had punch-ons on Christmas Day. To me, that's just whoa, because my family's so not like that. But, is it worth getting upset about? Is it worth getting upset about, or is it easier to go, all right, interesting point of view. They have that point of view about me. Am I going to bother reacting? Because I know how internally it makes me feel. The same thing with me just then. It's like, okay, interesting point of view that I actually have this point of view that I don't want to adult right now. What it does is it actually kind of opens up this lightness in your world and this expansion within your being, so that you can almost laugh at yourself, or you can see things for what they are, and you're like, oh, I can see what my body and my being was doing, because I'm in an unconscious space. I'm not actually choosing consciously and presently how I want to be, because I'm taking on too much of the outside surroundings. What can I do to change this? Do I need to go outside for a while and sit on the trampoline while they destroy the house, which is totally okay, so that I can go in centered, because I've sat out here and I can see the sunset, and I've got the wind, and they've got all their crazy noise and whatever they're doing inside, and I've got enough time to just listen to the birds, relax, get my shit together, and go back and consciously parent, rather than fight and react and resist and go into a fight, fright, freeze, which a lot of us do. What is it that you can do in that moment? Can you just let things go? Can you just let them go? Because it really, really is almost pointless and a waste of energy to fight against, or get triggered or upset, or react or defend, or excuse or justify, or the dynamics on Christmas Day and the dynamics over the next couple of weeks are going to be pretty challenging for a lot of people, especially with the different collective energies that are going on. Excuse me, Mum. Yes, darling. Yeah, I'll come in 2 seconds and I will put batteries in it for you. Can you give me a few minutes to just... You only need 4 batteries. Okay. 4 batteries. But, if we don't like a situation and we're getting triggered, we've got to be asking ourselves the questions around it too. Like, all right, what have I not done for myself? Why is this upsetting me? You know, and what do I need to do to change it? As in, like, is it a long-term thing that you need to change? Is it self-care activities as to why you're getting upset around those things? Is it because there's certain people you just don't want to be around? And just because they're family doesn't mean that you have to be around them. Or maybe you need to put time caps about how much time you're around them. Or is it the awareness that you're seeing people for who they actually are, and stop judging it and just allow it and accept it, that certain people are the way they are. And a lot of people will go into different control and maybe aggravation or irritation energies because, you know, they've got so much stuff going on in their own life. They like to project it outwardly. Can it give you more compassion and allowance and gratitude for your family so that you can see them for where they're at and who they are and where they're on their journey, and instead of trying to fight against it or change it or cause your own internal conflict, can you just come to peace with it and choose what works for you? All right. I am going to choose what works for me for another minute or two, and then I'm going to go inside. Love you all. Mwah.